A rhinestone-studded icon who's captured hearts for over 6 decades, now facing one of life's most difficult chapters. Dolly Parton, the name alone evokes images of big hair, bigger hits, and a personality as bright as her signature sparkle. But in 2025, the queen of country music is navigating a journey that even her incredible resilience is being tested by. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on Dolly Parton's life as it stands now, her heartbreak after losing her beloved husband, her battle with depression, the stunning properties she calls home, her impressive car collection, and the jaw-dropping net worth that makes her one of entertainment's most successful businesswomen. This is the real story of Dolly Parton. In 2025, the woman behind the legend, the pain behind the smile, and the incredible strength that continues to inspire millions around the world. Dolly Rebecca Parton has been a force of nature since she burst onto the music scene in the 1960s. Born on January 19, 1946, in a one-room cabin in Locust Ridge, Tennessee, she was the fourth of 12 children. Her journey from those humble beginnings to international superstardom is the stuff of legends. With timeless hits like Jolene, 9 to 5, and I Will Always Love You, Dolly has sold over 100 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling female artists of all time. But her talents don't stop at music. She's also an accomplished actress, businesswoman, and philanthropist whose Dollywood theme park attracts millions of visitors each year. Throughout her incredible career, there's been one constant presence in Dolly's life: her husband, Carl Thomas Dean. The couple met in 1964 outside a Nashville laundromat when Dolly was just 18 and Carl was 21. In typical Dolly fashion, she once quipped, "I was surprised and delighted that he asked me out. I thought he was handsome, and I thought he was interested in me. But he didn't say much." Their whirlwind romance led to marriage just 2 years later, in 1966, marking the beginning of one of Hollywood's most enduring and private love stories. What made their relationship so remarkable was its longevity in an industry known for short-lived marriages. For over 5 decades, Carl and Dolly built a life together, away from the glaring spotlight. Carl, a quiet and unassuming man who ran an asphalt paving business in Nashville, preferred to stay out of the public eye. In fact, he's so private that many people don't even know what he looks like, as he rarely attended events with Dolly and granted almost no interviews throughout their marriage. Dolly often spoke about their unconventional but rock-solid relationship. "He's proud of me, but he's not impressed," she once said with her characteristic humor. Their secret, according to Dolly, it was independence and space. "We're not together every day. We don't have to be. We give each other space and freedom." This arrangement allowed Dolly to pursue her career while maintaining a sense of normalcy at home. But in early 2025, the music world was stunned by the news that Carl Dean had passed away peacefully at their Tennessee home at the age of 82. The couple had just celebrated their 59th wedding anniversary, making their marriage one of the longest in Hollywood history. Dolly, who had always been so open about her life but fiercely protective of her private relationship, was understandably devastated. In a statement released shortly after his passing, Dolly wrote, "My heart is broken. Carl was the love of my life, my rock, my everything. We spent nearly 60 years building a life together, and I wouldn't trade a single moment. He was a good, kind man who loved me." Not for Dolly Parton the star, but for Dolly Parton, the woman. "I will miss him every single day for the rest of my life." The news sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and among her millions of fans worldwide. Tributes poured in from celebrities, politicians, and everyday people whose lives had been touched by Dolly's music and philanthropy. What many didn't realize was just how deeply this loss would affect the seemingly unshakable icon. In the months following Carl's death, Dolly retreated from the public eye, canceling appearances and postponing projects. Those close to her worried about how she was coping with such a profound loss. After all, Carl had been her constant for nearly 6 decades through her rise to fame, her career ups and downs, and her journey from a poor Tennessee girl to an international superstar. What emerged in the spring of 2025 was a raw and vulnerable side of Dolly that few had ever seen. In an emotional interview with a close friend that was later shared with the public, Dolly opened up about the deep depression she found herself battling after losing Carl. "People think I'm always this upbeat, positive person, and I try to be," she said, her voice cracking with emotion. "But losing Carl, it's like losing a part of myself. I wake up every morning and for a moment, I forget. Then reality hits, and it's like losing him all over again. Some days I can barely get out of bed. The house feels so empty without him here." Dolly revealed that she had sought professional help to deal with her grief, something she never thought she'd do. "I've always been the strong one, the one others come to for help," she admitted. "But I realize that even strong people need help sometimes. I'm talking to a therapist, I'm leaning on my family and friends, and I'm trying to honor Carl by living the life we built together, even though he's not physically here anymore." What's remarkable about Dolly's journey through depression is how she's used her platform to raise awareness about mental health, particularly among older adults who often suffer in silence. In a series of social media posts, she shared her struggles with her millions of followers, encouraging them to seek help if they're experiencing similar feelings. It's okay to not be okay, she wrote in one post that went viral. Grief is a journey, not a destination. Some days are good, some days are bad, but I'm taking it one day at a time. And I'm grateful for the love and support that's helping me through this difficult time. Music has always been Dolly's therapy, and true to form, she began channeling her grief into songwriting. In the summer of 2025, she announced that she was working on a new album inspired by her journey through grief and healing. The album, tentatively titled Empty Chair, is expected to be her most personal and vulnerable work to date. I'm writing songs about Carl, about our life together, about the pain of losing him, and about finding hope again. She shared, "Music has always been how I process my feelings, and this is no different. I hope these songs might help others who are going through similar experiences feel less alone." While Dolly navigates this difficult chapter, she continues to find comfort in the beautiful homes she and Carl shared throughout their marriage. Her real estate portfolio is as impressive as her music career, with properties that reflect both her extravagant tastes and her deep connection to her roots. Perhaps the most famous of Dolly's homes is her Tennessee estate, a sprawling 100-acre property in Brentwood, an affluent suburb of Nashville. The main house is a stunning 33,000-square-foot mansion that Dolly has described as her dream home. Built in the traditional Southern style with white columns and sprawling porches, the property features lush gardens, a swimming pool, and even a private chapel where Dolly and Carl renewed their vows on their 50th wedding anniversary. The mansion is a reflection of Dolly's person, colorful and unapologetically extravagant. The living room alone features floor-to-ceiling windows that offer panoramic views of the surrounding countryside, crystal chandeliers, and custom-made furniture upholstered in rich fabrics. The kitchen is a chef's dream, with state-of-the-art appliances and enough space to prepare meals for Dolly's large family when they gather for holidays. One of the most unique features of the Brentwood estate is Dolly's private recording studio, where she's written and recorded many of her biggest hits. The studio is soundproofed and equipped with the latest technology, allowing her to work whenever inspiration strikes. It's in this studio that she's currently working on her new album, pouring her heart into songs about her life with Carl and her journey through grief. But Dolly's connection to Tennessee goes beyond her Nashville area mansion. She also owns a large property in the Great Smoky Mountains. Not far from her birthplace in Locust Ridge, this mountain retreat is where Dolly goes to reconnect with her roots and find peace away from the pressures of her career. The rustic yet luxurious cabin features exposed wooden beams, stone fireplaces, and cozy furnishings that reflect Dolly's down-to-earth personality. "I love being in the mountains," she once said. "It reminds me of where I came from, of the simple life I lived as a child. When I'm there, I can just be Dolly. No wigs, no makeup, no fancy clothes. Just me, the mountains, and the memories." The Smoky Mountain property holds special significance for Dolly, as it's where she and Carl spent many weekends and holidays over the years. Since his passing, she spent more time there, finding solace in the familiar surroundings and the natural beauty of the mountains. In addition to her Tennessee properties, Dolly also owns a stunning beachfront home in Malibu, California. This oceanfront retreat offers panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean and is where Dolly escapes when she needs a change of scenery. The modern minimalist design of the Malibu home contrasts sharply with her Tennessee properties, reflecting Dolly's versatile personality and her ability to adapt to different environments. The Malibu home features an open floor plan, floor-to-ceiling windows, and a deck that extends right to the beach. It's here that Dolly often hosts friends and family, enjoying the California sunshine and the sound of the waves. Since Carl's passing, she's spent less time at the Malibu property, finding the memories of their time they're too painful for now. "I used to love watching the sunset with Carl from the deck," she shared in a recent interview. "He wasn't much for the beach, but he knew how much I loved it, so he would sit there with me, just holding my hand. Now, when I go there, I can almost feel him beside me, but it's not the same. Maybe one day I'll be able to enjoy it again, but not yet." In addition to these primary residences, Dolly owns several other properties across the country, including a penthouse apartment in New York City and a vacation home in Hawaii. Each property reflects a different side of Dolly's personality and serves a different purpose in her life. While her homes are certainly impressive, Dolly's car collection is equally noteworthy. Known for her love of all things flashy and extravagant, Dolly's vehicles are as bold and colorful as her personality. Her collection includes everything from classic cars to modern luxury vehicles, each with its own story and significance. Perhaps the most famous of Dolly's cars is her 1997 Cadillac, a gift from her uncle for her 51st birthday. What makes this car special is not just its make and model, but its custom paint job, a bright, eye-catching pink that has become synonymous with Dolly's brand. The car features rhinestone accents on the dashboard and steering wheel, as well as custom upholstery with Dolly's name embroidered on the seats. Dolly has often been photographed with this iconic vehicle, which she uses for special appearances and events. "That pink caddy is like a member of the family," she once joked. "It's been with me through thick and thin, and it always puts a smile on my face when I see it." In addition to her famous pink Cadillac, Dolly owns several other luxury vehicles, including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Bentley Continental GT, and a Mercedes Maybach. These high-end cars reflect Dolly's success and her appreciation for the finer things in life. But she's quick to point out that she hasn't forgotten her humble beginnings. "I may drive fancy cars now, but I haven't forgotten what it's like to not have a car at all," she said. "Growing up, we were so poor that we couldn't afford a vehicle. My daddy had to walk to work every day. So every time I slide behind the wheel of one of my nice cars, I say a little prayer of gratitude for how far I've come." Dolly's car collection also includes several classic and vintage vehicles that she's restored over the years. Among them is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air, a car similar to one her family owned when she was a child. The restoration process was a labor of love for Dolly, who worked closely with mechanics to ensure every detail was perfect. "That 57 Chevy holds a special place in my heart," she explained. "It reminds me of simpler times, of my family, of where I came from. Sometimes, I'll just go sit in it and remember the good old days." In recent years, Dolly has also become interested in electric vehicles, adding a Tesla Model S and a Rivian R1T to her collection. Her interest in eco-friendly transportation reflects her commitment to environmental causes and her desire to leave a positive impact on the world. "I'm not getting any younger, but this world is going to be here long after I'm gone," she said. "I want to do my part to take care of it, and that includes making more environmentally conscious choices, even when it comes to my cars." While her homes and cars are certainly impressive, Dolly's net worth is perhaps the most jaw-dropping aspect of her lifestyle. As of 2025, Dolly Parton's estimated net worth is a staggering $650 million, making her one of the wealthiest entertainers in the world. But what's even more remarkable is how she's earned and managed her fortune over the years. Dolly's wealth comes from multiple sources, including her music career, acting roles, business ventures, and investments. With over 100 million records sold worldwide, her music catalog alone is worth an estimated $150 million. Her songs have been covered by countless artists, and she continues to earn royalties from radio play, streaming services, and licensing deals. But Dolly's business acumen extends far beyond her music career. She's a savvy entrepreneur who has built an empire that includes Dollywood, her theme park in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Opened in 1986, Dollywood attracts over 3 million visitors annually and generates hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue each year. The park has expanded over the years to include a water park, a hotel, and various entertainment venues, all contributing to Dolly's impressive net worth. In the end, Dolly Parton's story is about more than just her lifestyle. It's about the power of love, the pain of loss, and the resilience of the human spirit. It's about a woman who has faced unimaginable challenges but continues to shine her light for all to see. And as she moves forward into this new chapter of her life, one thing is certain: Dolly Parton will continue to captivate, inspire, and enchant us all, just as she has for over 6 decades. Disclaimer: the content in this video is based on publicly available information, media sources, and opinions. It is created for entertainment and educational purposes only. We do not claim or guarantee that every detail is 100% accurate.